Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? Oh, the usual, staring into a camera, talking to myself, questioning my life choices. But thanks for asking anyway. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. So without further ado, let's roll that intro. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Tuesday, the 10th of August, and as that shifty-looking guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, a former military base is blasted in New Jersey. Bristol gets a new urban quarry. We're going to delve deeper into the Ritchie Bros acquisition of Euro Auctions. We've got a particularly colourful Kobelco excavator to show you as well. There's a demolition project in Gravesend in Kent that requires the attention of a competent contractor. And we find out who's buying Hyundai wheel loaders. If you've got anything to say about any of that or anything else for that matter, please put it in the chat and we'll get to it just as soon as we can. But in the meantime, let's find out which of the famous folks in the world were born unto the world on this day in history.
Happy birthday!
And it's many happy returns to former US President Herbert Hoover. Did Mr. Hoover leave behind a political vacuum when his presidency came to an end? We may never know. Happy birthday also to Jethro Tull singer Ian Anderson. In his honour, I will perform the remainder of the show standing on one leg. I won't really. Happy birthday also to actors Rosanna Arquette and to Antonio Banderas. And happy birthday to boxer Riddick Bowe and to the ever-cheerful former footballer Mr. Roy Keane. Many happy returns to them, one and all. Now, under normal circumstances, I don't generally get too excited about trucks, particularly the type that travel by road. But this one has just been purchased by a startup company called Freighter Urban Quarry down in Bristol. Let's take a look and we'll come back to the story in just a second. That was suitably understated, wasn't it? Apparently, Freighter Urban Quarry down in Bristol is planning to process demolition waste and to supply that material back to the construction sector and to the DIY market, interestingly. Now, the name Freighter Urban Quarry didn't mean much to me, so if you'll pardon the pun, I did a bit of digging. And it turns out the team behind the new company are the team behind demolition firm Ring Group. That's Dean Ring and former NFDC president Mr. John Ring. Obviously, this is not the UK's first urban quarry. But this is the first one we're aware of in the southwest. I know that the likes of Coleman and Company, R. Collard and AR Demolition run them elsewhere in the country. But this is, as far as I know, the first urban quarry in the Bristol area. Ring Group has got a great reputation and a very loyal customer base in that part of the world. And I have to admit that Mercedes truck does look amazing, even to someone with zero interest in trucks. So I will be watching this one with considerable interest.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
Now, if there's one thing that demolition men and women enjoy, it's a challenge. So when a former World War II military base in New Jersey was described as bomb-proof, explosives experts cried out in unison, "Hold my beer." Let's go over to our US correspondent.
Big blast brought down two large buildings on a former military base in Bayonne, New Jersey. Once the property is cleaned up, developers say plans for the site will bring thousands of jobs to that area. Here's CBS 2's Kieran Dillon.
The sound of the explosion could be heard for miles. Smoke filled the air as two 6-story structures from the 1940s came crashing down Sunday.
Started coming down from the 7th floor, 6th floor, 5th floor, and then it was just totally smoke. So.
Like a ripple.
Yeah.
This married couple both worked in one of the two buildings for 40 years. They were some of many locals who gathered to watch the demolition.
It was a very mixed feeling. It was sad because both our offices were on the 7th floor. That came down first.
During the Second World War, the site was used by the U.S. Navy as a supply depot before the Army took control of it in 1967. A wave of base closures halted operations in 1999.
This was a military ocean terminal. It was the Navy and the Army. If our country was attacked, these buildings could withstand a 500-pound bomb.
Officials say because the buildings were created to withstand bombs, crews actually had to go in and remove bomb-proof panels for this explosion. After that work was completed, workers then went in and placed explosives inside the buildings. The company behind the implosion, Lincoln Equities Group, purchased the 153-acre site in 2018 and has since demolished most of the structures on it. The plan is to build a UPS regional hub facility on the land.
It'll bring thousands of jobs to the region. We're building a brand new road. The major interchange has already been improved, and we're adding a road in order to facilitate the traffic into the new interchange.
And while some are sad to see the buildings go, many are excited to see the economy get a boost.
As far as jobs go, I think it's great because they need a lot of jobs. It's a good thing.
Construction of the UPS complex should be completed by 2023. In Bayonne, New Jersey, Kieran Dillon, CBS 2 News.
Not so bomb-proof now, are you? Now, if you were here yesterday morning, and if you weren't, all the things you missed, dancing girls, free money, you'll know that we were among the first to bring you the breaking news that auction giant Ritchie Bros has acquired Euro Auctions. Well, that news landed just as we were about to go on air, so it didn't really give us much chance to analyse and digest the news. So, as soon as the show ended, we set out to delve a little deeper, and with some invaluable assistance from our Construction Collective colleague Peter Haddock, we were able to speak to Ritchie Bros' Chief Marketing Officer, Matt Ackley, to find out more. Now, we have produced a full-length video interview that is scheduled to land on Demolition News before today's show is over. In fact, I have actually posted a link to it in the chat for today's show. But here's a very quick sneak preview. This is obviously great news for the founders of Euro Auctions, for the team at Ritchie Bros. But what does this mean for construction equipment buyers around the world?
This is about the customer, right? The ability to, provide enhanced selection, right, for our customers. Whether, if I'm on the buy side, I come to a particular place, I search for equipment. The more equipment I see, the better user experience that is for our buyers. And on the seller side, right, same sort of thing. As we become more global in nature, we're able to provide our sellers, increased access to this global buyer demand, and that's a benefit for them. And then, as I mentioned before, there are some complementary aspects that the two companies bring to the table, right? Obviously, the equipment expertise and the sourcing business of Euro Auctions, combined with some of the recent, investments that RB has made in data and analytics and technology, right? It just means more and more opportunities for our buyers and sellers, allowing them to maximize the value of their equipment.
Yeah, a massive congratulations to everyone involved in this mega deal. Thanks to Matt Ackley for giving up his time. And thanks also to Peter Haddock for doing the legwork and for laying the foundations for that interview. And speaking of the good Mr. Haddock, who is actually in the chat as we speak, he has also produced a video interview on the subject. Peter's film brings all his usual trademark enthusiasm and a lot more insight than mine does. So I've posted a link to that one in the chat today as well. So please go and take a look at that. It's well worth a watch. Corby-based Willowbrook plant has sold a Hyundai HL 960A wheel loader to long-term customer G Web Haulage, and if I look very carefully I can probably show you what it looks like. Like all the latest generation Hyundai loaders, the new machine is packed with great features and is powered by that all-important Stage 5 compliant Cummins diesel engine. Congratulations to Darren Allison at G-Web and to Andy Greensmith and the team at Willowbrook for clinching this important deal. A former St John's Ambulance Brigade headquarters in Gravesend in Kent is about to be replaced with some much needed new housing as part of a £1 million project for the local borough council. According to the team at market intelligence provider The Builders Conference, who know about these things, both BBS Construction and BEC Construction are slugging it out for the new build element of the works. But before work can commence, the Brigade HQ will need to be demolished, and at the time of broadcast a suitable demolition contractor has yet to be appointed. You can find out more about this project lead and many more just like it over at buildersconference.co.uk.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
If I say the word Kobelco to you, what colour are you thinking of? Turquoise, right? That distinctive greeny blue that always makes the Kobelco stand out so eye-catching at exhibitions around the world. It's a colour that is as striking as it is unique in the field of construction equipment. But apparently, it's a colour that is not to everyone's taste, as you're about to see. I initially hated the idea of covering up that familiar Kobelco colour. Personally, I still prefer the turquoise, but I have to admit that does look pretty smart. That pretty much wraps up today's show. I'm going to roll the intro. No, I'm not. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before hopping over to the chat to see what's cooking today, and then I'm going to hop over to LinkedIn to find out what the hell went wrong today. I will be back here on the morrow, same time, same place, for more of this old stuff and nonsense. I'm also girding my loins for the latest episode of our No Agenda show over on Instagram at noon tomorrow. And if you are available at noon, bring a calculator, because I want to have a look at some demolition figures that, as far as I can tell, don't stack up. But until then, have a great day. Stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues. And thanks for watching. And I'll be right back after this.